Deep in the heart of the British Crown jewels lies a crimson gem, gleaming like a drop of frozen blood. For centuries, it's watched kings ride into battle and seen their enemies fall. This is the story of the Black Prince's ruby, a gem soaked in history, betrayal, and blood, the most mysterious jewel in the crown of England. Its story begins not in England, but in 14th century Granada, in Moorish Spain. The stone was once owned by a Muslim prince, Abu Sa'id, a ruler who would meet a tragic fate. In 1366, Abu Sa'id sought refuge with Don Pedro of Castile, known as Pedro the Cruel. But Pedro betrayed him, murdered him in cold blood, and seized the ruby for himself. That crimson stone had already drawn its first blood. Soon the stone passed into English hands, a gift to Edward of Woodstock, the Black Prince, one of England's most celebrated warriors. He earned his title not from his heart, but from his dark armour and merciless skill in battle. The ruby became his talisman, a blood-red charm worn into war. During the Battle of Nahera in 1367, the Black Prince led English forces to victory, wearing the ruby upon his helmet as it caught the sun like fire. After Edward's death, the ruby passed to his father, King Edward III, and then to his grandson, Henry V. Henry would wear the gem on his battle helmet at Agincourt in 1415, one of England's greatest victories. Chronicles say the ruby was struck by a French axe that nearly killed the king, yet both man and gem survived. The jewel, it seemed, was protected by fate itself. As the centuries passed, the Black Prince's ruby witnessed royal betrayals, executions, and rebellions. It sat in the crowns of Tudor and Stuart monarchs, gleaming over a kingdom that bled for power. When Charles I was executed in 1649, his crown was destroyed and the ruby disappeared. For years it was feared lost, a ghost among the crown jewels of England. After the monarchy's restoration in 1660, the jewel resurfaced, intact, brilliant, and untouched. It was placed in the imperial state crown, where it still shines today, directly above the Cullinan II diamond. Yet the mystery endures. How did it survive the Civil War? Some say it was hidden by loyalists. Others whisper it changed hands under the shadow of treason. As the centuries turned, the Black Prince's ruby entered a new era, the age of Queen Victoria. It was a time when the British Empire stretched across continents, and symbols of royal power became more important than ever. Victoria, who reigned for over 63 years, understood the meaning of history. She knew this stone had witnessed kings and warriors, and she was determined to preserve it. During her reign, the ruby was reset into several different crowns, each design carefully crafted to reflect Victorian tastes. Grand, ornate, and heavy with meaning. In 1838, at her coronation, the gem sat proudly near the front of the imperial state crown. For millions across the empire, the glowing red stone became a symbol of continuity, a reminder that even as the world modernized, the monarchy's ancient heart still beat. That Victoria had a deeper connection to the jewel. She famously studied the stories behind each crown jewel, and the tale of the Black Prince's ruby fascinated her. A gem once worn in battle, now resting above the most powerful woman on earth. As photography emerged in the 19th century, the ruby finally became visible to the world. Newspapers described it as a gem of unearthly fire and a survivor from chivalric times. People lined streets for hours during royal processions just to catch a glimpse of it flashing beneath the sunlight. Through Victoria's long reign, a reign marked by industry, science, and global expansion, the ruby became more than a relic. It became a national treasure, a symbol woven into the identity of a rising empire. And when the Queen passed in 1901, the jewel remained, untouched, unbroken, unchanged, ready for the next monarch who would carry its legacy forward. Centuries later, science revealed a twist. The Black Prince's ruby isn't a ruby at all. It's a red spinel. In medieval times, both stones were considered the same. Their fiery colour symbolised courage and blood. But gemologists in the 18th century discovered the truth. Even so, no name change could strip it of its legend. The ruby had witnessed 6 centuries of empire, and it would keep its title. Today, the Black Prince's ruby sits proudly in the British crown, a symbol of courage won through blood and destiny. It has watched coronations, wars, and jubilees, gleaming under the weight of centuries. Few jewels carry such darkness and splendour in equal measure. The Black Prince's ruby reminds us that beauty often comes at a price, and that every crown bears the memory of the blood that forged it. I'm JD, and this is Jewels Through History. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories of royal splendour and secrets beneath the crown.